Morning family, top of the morning again, Outer Road speaking again. This Monday morning, this coming Monday morning, is a no movement day in Jamaica. No movement day. If you cannot take part in this, stay home at your yard. All truck drivers, bike rider, taxi operator, this will be affecting you. Your driver's license will be taken away. You understand me? From all 14 parishes of Jamaica. Share this video for me. Monday morning will be a holiday in Jamaica. We will not lose our driver's license. We will not take this from the government. So join solidarity with us, you Jamaicans. Wake up Monday morning. Yeah man, this is Outer Road speaking. Join solidarity with the team. Downtown Montego Bay we reach now, you understand me? Yeah, we're telling all of you Monday morning is a no movement day, you understand me? Because listen up, this is not about a taxi operator. This is about any owners of a driver's license. White plate, red plate, truck driver, bus driver, we all join solidarity to secure our driver's license. Our driver's license is our daily bread. You understand me? And we can't go back to where we're coming from. You understand me? So we are securing and defend our livelihood. So all motorists, we ask you to withdraw your service Monday morning. You understand me? And we're doing this for 4 or 5 days. You understand me? We're showing the government that we are the people. We control the world. You understand me? And we're not going back to slavery. By no way.
So the government get the people them upset. And right now, people, it is going to be an all-island lockdown coming this Monday. And it is not going to be just one day, but all week unless the government change their mind. Now they're going to take away your driver's license from you. Not just me, not just you, but your neighbor, your son, your daughter. These people are cooking up something serious, people. They're planning to take away your driver's license. And it is going to be an all-island lockdown. Nobody is supposed to go out, go nowhere. They're calling on the government to resign. They're calling on the government to step down, people, because of the wickedness that they're doing to us inside of this country. And that alone are keeping people. I know that alone I keep because Mark Golin lawsuit against Heroy Clarke I keep as well. Now, on the most hear by now where Heroy Clarke allegedly say Mark Golin get him wife pregnant from she was like 13 years old. Now Mark Golin run out upon Heroy Clarke, people, and we have all of that come up, people, so you definitely don't want to miss it. But bless up to my viewers and my subscribers them. May hope everybody having a blessed and a wonderful evening. Now my viewers and my subscribers, remember, in everything you do, always put God first. In every situation, just always remember to call upon God. Always remember to pray, because a prayer day keep the devil away. Now my viewers and my subscribers, we have a lot coming up inside this update, so you definitely don't want to miss none. So watch the video until the end. Remember, leave a like on this video, subscribe if you haven't subscribed yet. Alright, make we run the intro and come back. We're soon forward. Remember, share the content with a friend or family, a loved one. Alright? So welcome back to my viewers and my subscribers them. Big up to all of my viewers, big up to all of my subscribers them. We continually support the channel and help the channel to grow. Now, remember to leave a like on this video. Remember to give this video a thumbs up. Also, if you're a new viewers first time on my channel, then please subscribe to my channel and turn on the post notification bell, so whenever we drop new content, you will be first to be notified. Share the content with a friend, a family, a loved one. Share it on your social media platform. Now, my viewers and my subscribers, remember we are on our way to 100k subscribers. So if you haven't subscribed yet, then now is the right time for you to subscribe. Alright? Now, people, make we kick off the report with this.
Whoa! You planned the story when Kagale come. You remember it wasn't no PNP MP who planned the story. And the one. Upper Clarendon. Mxup. Clarendon planned the story, Payo. Hey. And put it on Cliff program. Hey. Talky things them, Andre. Talky things. We're listening. That was the set time Courtney and Jamaica. That she was to become the state minister. Amen, Shami Boo. But she give herself to June. When all of it starts, one big banger and one in our house up at Beverly Hills. Hey! One big banger and happen Jamaica up at the house. You remember when them did about to last year the cabinet reshuffle?
Now, the one down at Clarendon get flinging at the ring, which is Nesta Morgan. Now, according to what I am hearing, it is alleged that Nesta Morgan was the one that bust the secret and not Andre Stevens. It was Nesta Morgan who was fighting for Andre Stevens' place at the time, allegedly bust the secret about Rhoda being pregnant. Allegedly, people. Now, them claim to say it was a PNP who bust the secret. But when I check it out, Andre Stevens come back again, just like he did before, and come clear the air and let us know that it was not PNP who said anything about Rhoda Crawford. It was the man them call Nesta Morgan, allegedly people inform pan Rhoda Crawford because he was the news carrier, allegedly. It is also said that, guys, Rhoda Crawford did have a runway left Jamaica because they were half time to make sure that baby come out of her belly, allegedly, my people. Them did want to make sure so that baby they not grow, allegedly. So them did after her and she have to take with herself, go away, overseas, go bill for your time till she have her child, then she come back a yard when things cool down. But it is alleged that since recently there is a story circulating about she being, preggy again. Yes, people. It is alleged that she was pregnant again, people. So that is what caused the rift again, allegedly, people. Pure things are going over there in the Jamaican Liard party. Pure things. Pure mix-up. But we still yet to hear the Prime Minister came out and said, nothing no go so. Or the woman come out and said, nothing no go so as well. As we know, they don't clear the hair. They don't business with us. They don't care about we. They don't care what we want to think. They don't care what we want to say. You know what else they don't care about? The things that they want to put on us inside of this country. Now, I have been preaching about the Samoa agreement for the past months. And people would say, oh, you don't know nothing. Stop talking about what you don't know. Now, let me play this clip for you guys and you can have a better understanding.
To facilitate the beast and the beast demands and requirements. Among them, legalizing the unclean lifestyle. So they want to get rid of the bugger law. They want to remove the Privy Council as the final appellate court. They want to legalize obeah and witchcraft. They want to legalize abortion, prostitution. They want to change our national anthem. They want to change our national pledge and other things, including the flag, etc. And once this major document is changed, then it would make things easier to do those actions which I have already mentioned. And I am using this forum to say to the people of Jamaica and also the umbrella church, group of churches, that we need to open our eyes. Do not be deceived. Open your eyes. Do not be deceived. I'm going to say it one more time. Open your eyes. Do not be deceived. This is too much of an important, fundamental issue to be rushed.
Now, on the seat say, analyze me and tell. On the seat. On the seat say, they might try to bring them unclean lifestyle to the Jamaican people. Honestly, why God is so upset with us right now? Andrew Holness, you need to resign in a man. Andrew Holness, everybody else walk past this new world order thing what they might try to create. But you take it up. Bruce Colin didn't take it up. He said not in his cabinet, not in his country. I know that the direction they want to see in country are going on. Portia never take it up. But you feel like I say you can speak for everybody in a Jamaica. You go and did an interview. And inside of that interview, you said the people of Jamaica are now changed. Their mind have changed. They now accept this lifestyle. You said the church was the problem. And the church now understand. So you can go ahead now and do what you have to do. So you go ahead and you do what you have to do, Mr. Holness. And this is a national disgrace on us. Because we don't want to change the mind of our children. So you guys are trying to teach this thing to the school, our school. We're not going to change the flag, we anthem, national anthem to be exact. We flag, we national flag. All of them something there. We're not trying to change them. We're not trying to dirty up with country and clean with country. And we, the people of Jamaica, need to send the message out there. We need to send the message. Because it is coming at us rapidly. And that is why they're rushing this thing to go republic. That is why he can't wait to go republic. He never did want to go republic all along, you know. But now, he might rush to go republic. Because him have him plan. That is a problem. That is a problem that we are facing inside of this country right now. People need to open up their eyes. Open up their eyes. Because these people are planning to destroy us, the Jamaican people. Now, PNP President Mark Golding threatened MP Clarke with defamation suit. Leader of the opposition Mark Golding is threatening legal action against Member of Parliament for Central St. James, Heroy Clarke, for defamation suit. In a letter written to MP Clarke, date June 7, attorney representing Golding demand an apology for a statement allegedly published by Mr. Clarke in a WhatsApp group. The attorney are demanding an apology to publish in a newspaper with island-wide circulation. So Mark Golding wants to make sure say the apology circle island-wide so everybody in the world can see that apology. Him not want it from his mouth or such thing. But people all who don't know who is Heroy Clarke, let me go on a flashback of his history.
Mr. Clarke, you had a burning question.
Thank you very much, Mr. Chairman. And I just want to add, I had to write down my thoughts because I would have lost them.
Really, nigga?
I'm glad you could retain it for a few minutes.
Mr. Chairman, petroleum has been a troubled place for many years, Mr. Chairman. It spans over different administrations. It is now giving us time to sit down and to and to delve in it. It might not be that I have questions, Mr. Chairman, but I have concerns. Some of our members are here just to ask questions. Some are here to voice their concern. And this is my concern this morning, Mr. Chairman.
Thank you very much. I'm glad you had the opportunity to raise your concern. I'm sorry it took a few extra minutes. I'm glad you made your notes so you didn't forget what it was, and you've had a chance to say it. Dali, I can, and I did, and I will if I consider them. If they all relate to this, if they all relate to the same theme, Mr. Clarke. Well, that is up to you. Do you have a question you wish to ask? Do you have one?
I have more than one.
What, go ahead.
No, I won't allow him.
No, I am allowing him. Go ahead, sir. Go ahead, sir.
Come on,
ask your question that you're burning to ask. You don't have one question to ask. You had one statement to make, you made it. And that's all your contribution was.
Member of Parliament, ask your question, please. I'll ask one for him.
So that is a little flashback with Heroy Clarke having it out with Mark Golding back in the days when Mark Golding was the chairman. Now, let us continue with the article. The attorney are also demanding that Mr. Clarke enter into negotiation with them to discuss damages for defamation, and they are demanding Mr. Clarke doesn't cause any defamatory statement about Mr. Golding to be spread. Mr. Clarke has until 4 p.m. on Monday to respond. Our news center has obtained a copy of the letter sent to Mr. Clarke. Representative of Mr. Golding has confirmed the PNP president has written to Mr. Clarke. Mr. Clarke has also confirmed receipt of the letter from Mr. Golding attorneys. Mr. Clarke allegedly made the statement which are at issue in a WhatsApp group with more than 300 participation. So people, so as you can hear me people, Mark Golding no joke with Heroy Clarke. You understand? And I think that is very, very, very out of order and unprofessional to do that and to say such a word out of your mouth. Because we all knew that Mark Golding did not get his wife pregnant at a tender age. We knew that. So you should never make that filthy word came out of your mouth. That is very, very, very disrespectful of you for a politician. That is very disrespectful of you. You understand? So people, as you can hear, Mark Golding want him to apologize. Lawsuit coming as well.
Dear Jamaicans, on a comedy, breaking news. The attorneys of Mark Golding have written to Heroy Clarke, JLP Member of Parliament, and threatened defamation over comments that Heroy Clarke made in a WhatsApp group with over 300 individuals, claiming that Mark Golding, his wife, he's been married to her from she was underage. That's what the text message that Heroy posted claimed. So Mr. Golding's attorneys issued Heroy Clarke a cease and desist. They demanded a retraction and an apology, gave him a certain timeline to do it, and also told him to get in contact with them to settle out of court or face a criminal lawsuit, a civil lawsuit. Imagine that. No, every day these people on social media take up themselves and chat absolute crap, accusing people of all sorts of things that they're not involved in. Now, when Mr. Clarke know about Mr. Golding's wife, what does he know about her age? What him know about her? You see, this is how low and nasty the labor rights get. Them have to spread rumors in order to validate their very existence. Now, does he have any proof that Sandra Golding is 49 years old with a child that is 35 years old. First and foremost, who said that Mark Golding's daughter is 35? Has he seen her birth certificate? Him see Sandra Golding birth certificate? Him need to remember something. Not because the woman them in a JP look old and tough means that the PNP woman them look old and tough too. Well, listen, when you're stress-free, pretty sure upon you. When your husband treat you good, you no look stressed. I can tell you. When you have a good man that treat you like a queen, you don't need to look stressed, just because the whole of the JP woman them look stressed out because the man treat them so. Come on now, don't do that. Anyway, the moral of the story is keep your trap shut if you don't have the facts to lay on the table. Because speculations will go and get you nowhere. I was about to say Heroy Clarke, as a member of parliament, should know better, but then again, which Labour right knows better? Nothing from a pig, but a grunt. I thank you. Have yourself a great day.
So, in the video that I released this morning, I played a video with some of the things that are in the new constitutional. Andrew Holness and his administration are trying to rewrite the constitutional, and what they are doing is a disgrace to this country, because they are changing everything to their fit people. You understand what I say? So I played a video this morning, and I'm going to play another part of the video now, because the video long, so you can't go just going on one part of a video. So may I do it piece. So check this out, people. Check this out, and remember to leave your thought down below.
In that regard, I want to refer to the actual notes of the Independence Constitution Making Committee, which I had to go through those hundreds of pages for my own doctoral thesis. The initial concern with the dictatorial powers is expressed in the Independence Making Constitution Committee, none other by Norman Manley himself. Norman Manley says, and here I quote, and this is 1961, to give the Prime Minister the absolute power to get a dissolution of Parliament would allow him to bully, Norman Manley's words, not mine, to bully the entire cabinet, to say nothing of the parliamentary party. End of quotes. Manley's first vice president in that same meeting at that same time went further. He argued that, and here I quote again, in truth and in fact, a prime minister is a dictator for 5 years. Not my words again. The first vice president of the People's National Party in commenting on Norman Manley's concern. An opposition member at that time, then Edward Seaga, later to become prime minister, strongly endorsed the first vice president of the PNP's view, and here's what Seaga said. Quotes, quite right. Only one minister must rule. And I would refer those of you who want to see more of that conversation to my own book that Michael referred to on page 169 and 170. The dictatorial powers referenced by the Constitution makers, I want to expand because many of us may not be fully aware. I mentioned 4 of those powers. 1, to call a general election at any time that the Prime Minister considers it expedient to himself and to his party. Not necessarily good for the country, but expedient to himself and to his party, within the 5-year period that the Parliament has a life. This includes, ladies and gentlemen, the power to call a general election if the Prime Minister anticipates, as happens in parliamentary democracies, that the majority on his side would wish to change him for somebody else, a deputy or otherwise. It happened a number of times in the United Kingdom. Prime Minister May, Prime Minister Thatcher, they changed the leader. and the leader, former leader, would have to concur. In our context, in our constitution, if the Prime Minister apprehends that anybody else in his majority is going to move a vote of no confidence in him, alternatively, following that vote of no confidence, he can dissolve the entire Parliament instead of handing over, as the majority party would then wish, to his deputy or to someone else. So that is the first power we need to look at, and that was a big concern for Norman Manley. The second power, the Prime Minister can name as many members of Parliament as he wishes to the Cabinet. What this would mean, as it stands now, 40-odd members of the majority party could be named to the Cabinet. And what this does is officially and formally silence any criticism from the backbench, as it is called, of the parliamentary majority. Thirdly, the Prime Minister and the majority can amend clauses of our fundamental law, the Constitution, without any prior notice in respect of the ordinary clauses of the Constitution. And we saw that last week in relation to the clause that deals with the enacting clause of bills of Parliament. Government brought a bill. It was passed within a couple of hours, despite the abstention of the opposition and despite us, the people, having no notice of it. Completely legal, because this particular section of the Constitution is ordinary and not entrenched in any form, and subject to parliamentary majority. The fourth power I want to mention is that the Prime Minister, in effect, appoints the head of state. Now the Governor-General, soon to be styled, if this process continues, the President. And we call it ceremonial, but let us be clear. It is the Governor-General, soon to be the President, who has the authority to appoint on his own discretion the independent members of the Electoral Commission of Jamaica, the commissioners of the Integrity Commission, the public defender, the political ombudsman, and a number of other positions. So that ceremonial position, nevertheless, appointed by the Prime Minister, has the authority to make important changes in the structure. Over the years, both deliberations in and outside of Parliament, in the Constitution Commission of 1991 to 1994, in successive joint select committees of Parliament, in public representations, and various submissions, including agreements among different Prime Ministers. Agreements certainly from Prime Minister Seaga, Prime Minister Golding, Prime Minister Simpson-Miller, and Prime Minister Patterson. A number of measures were proposed, some agreed, to curb what they call dictatorial power in that Constitution-making committee deliberation. And I want to mention some of the measures proposed, some agreed. One, establish a fixed election date. So you and I don't have to wonder when I'm going to call election. That's in the Constitution for both general and local government elections. This was promised in the Jamaica Labour Party manifesto of 2011. It was also promised by Prime Minister Holness to be done in the first 100 days following the 2016 election. We still don't have a fixed date. Second proposal, limit the number of terms a Prime Minister can serve. Third, limit the percentage, and Seaga was particularly supportive of this in his later years. In his earlier years, he was not, but in his later years, he became fully aware of the dangers, more so the perils, of having too dictatorial power concentrated in one person and in one office. And one of the proposals that he strongly supported and was agreed on in the Constitution Commission was to limit the percentage of MPs a Prime Minister can name to the Cabinet. Some can't name everybody and therefore muzzle everybody. Because once you're in the Cabinet, it means you have collective responsibility for whatever the Cabinet does, and therefore you have to go along with it when it comes to the Parliament. Thirdly, require concurrence by the opposition in the choice of the head of state. That was one of the proposals discussed and agreed on. Fourthly, and perhaps most significantly in my mind, it was agreed to provide for impeachment of public officials, including the Prime Minister, for misconduct. And here I quote from Jamaica's National Development Plan, Vision 2030, which came about after massive public consultation, public education across the length and breadth of the country. The National Development Plan, Vision 2030, states as follows. This is in 2009. Quotes, enactment of legislation for the impeachment and removal from office of public officials found guilty of misconduct, corruption, abuse of authority, or betrayal of the public trust. End of quotes. And that's page 124 of the National Development Plan. In giving effect to this agreement, on May 10, 2011, Prime Minister Bruce Golding stated in his budget speech in Parliament, and here I quote again, the bill to make provision for the impeachment of public officials has been completed and is to be submitted to the Legislation Committee for final review before being brought to Parliament. 2011, we're now in 2024. Next, agreement to provide constitutional protection against parliamentary majority doing whatever it wishes to do, parliamentary majority manipulating, even abolishing independent bodies designed to check executive power, and Mike Hilton referred to that. To protect the Electoral Commission of Jamaica. That was said in 2006. Tomorrow morning, a parliamentary majority can abolish the Electoral Commission of Jamaica because it's not protected in the Constitution. Similarly, to protect the Office of the Political Ombudsman, that was passed in 2002. The Office of the Public Defender passed in 2000. Indicom passed in 2010. Each and all of those subject to parliamentary majority manipulation because they don't have constitutional protection. Once again, Prime Minister Golding indicated in his budget speech of 2011, quotation marks, the drafting of the bill to rectify this will shortly be tabled in Parliament, end of quotes. And finally, and very importantly, because this one was actually done and agreed and we now benefit from it, to place fundamental rights and freedoms, as Mike mentioned and Micky, to place those rights and freedoms of the people beyond infringement of the executive or any organ of the state, except that could be demonstrably justified in a free and democratic society. And that's not for the Prime Minister to decide, only the courts can decide whether it is justified if our right to freedom of movement, freedom of speech is being infringed in a manner that is consistent with the Constitution. That fundamental rights and freedoms, let us note, was implemented following admirable public education and discussion, such as we're not having now. Public education, Dr. Lloyd Barnett wrote a simplified book that anybody could understand. Thousands of copies were circulated so that people had a sense of what is in the Constitution and what needs to be done, ultimately leading to the Charter of Fundamental Rights and Freedoms. I conclude. The report of the current Constitutional Reform Committee of May 21, 2024, sisters and brothers, either ignores or rejects, in the context of grossly inadequate public education, grossly inadequate public consultation or explanation, they either ignore or reject these curbs on executive power, which our founding fathers, there were no women on that constitution-making committee, it's a point to note, which they said needed to be looked at in terms of the dictatorial powers of the Prime Minister. The dictatorial power of the Prime Minister remains, and with it, the inadequate ability of the people to hold the Prime Minister and the majority that he controls to account. This is completely unacceptable. Education around these issues, such as JFJ is doing, alongside meaningful consultation, must begin now. And decisions regarding these fundamental issues cannot be left to some indeterminate, unnamed second phase. We've been waiting on phases from 2006 for the Electoral Commission. This is not acceptable. There needs to be proper education. There needs to be proper consultation for us to respond, and not to take the report of the Constitution Committee as anything final, but simply a matter for us now to begin to discuss seriously. Thank you very much.